It's your boy Dame. I'm back. Back again. Subscribe to Dame's World if you stumbled across this video. If you already subscribed, I appreciate you, my G. I do this to not only give perspective, but to receive it. So the comments are always welcome, and they're especially welcome when those opinions contain reasoning or ration attributed to that opinion. I mean, you can always give your opinion, like, oh, he sucks, or you're wrong, but it would be lovely to my brain and to any viewer's brain to provide substance, and reasoning for why you developed that opinion. Otherwise, I'm not going to know where you got that opinion from. You could have got it from ESPN. You could have got it from a media outlet. So I want to hear the substance. It's not about your thesis, it's about your argument that supports your thesis. That being said, the topic of the day is my sports bias in basketball. And we're talking about the bigs today. You know, growing up favoring and being a guard, I always neglected talking about the bigs, but we're going to get it in today. For two things. For one, we're going to give later who I believe is the top 5 bigs in the league in order, and possibly top 10, maybe. I might get my top 10, but I'll tell you who's the best bigs in the league, and I'll also talk about the evolution of the game, which I'll do now. You see, post-Shaq era, no pun intended, but post-Shaq era, the bigs today lack post-play. See, Shaq's on a decline, 2008, 2009, 2010-ish, maybe even earlier. Duncan, they're getting older. Webber got older. Jermaine O'Neal got older. Kevin Garnett got older around this same era. So almost simultaneously, you see the bigs decline at a rapid rate. And then you see Derrick Rose, Chris Paul, Darren Williams, Steph Curry, Kyrie Irving, Kobe Bryant, still, James Harden, LeBron James, who was a perimeter player, Kevin Durant, who was a perimeter player. You see it pretty much being a guard-dominant league, and the bigs descending. Now, today I'm proud to say the bigs are pretty fucking good now. Skillful almost as ever when it comes to the ability to play outside the paint as well as in for some. I mean, you got a lot of bigs who just sit there on the fucking corner ready to shoot the three, and I'm like, nigga, come on. You ain't gonna bang with the boys, none? What do we have? So, whether or not the transition you like it for better or worse, you can acknowledge it if you are a student of the game. I think it's cool in some ways, but sometimes I'd be like, man, you gotta be down there. But off that subject, the bigs today are legit. And post-Shaq era, you wouldn't see a big, aside from Dirk, maybe Arvydas Sabonis, a couple other jump shooters, Rasheed Wallace. If Rasheed used to bang, though, you wouldn't see bigs in the perimeter as much. So the change is there, obviously. So my question for y'all, one of my questions would be, do you like the era of the bigs pre-Shaq, where you want your big down there dominating the paint, not out there lingering at 25 feet? Do you want the post-Shaq, where they can knock down from 25? They're doing step backs. They only post option is really a fadeaway away from the basket type shit. That's one of the questions. And then another reason why I did this video, to acknowledge who I believe are the best bigs, because they have both post play and perimeter. They've adopted and adapted to the new evolution of the game. So I will start off with my number one. And previously it was Marc Gasol for a few years, with Cousins treading lightly. But Cousins be at the IQ, always fell off my ranks. Irrelevant technicals, always out of the game, easy to talk out of playing your game. Even though athletically and talent-wise, to me he was superior to everyone, even Mark. But I always had Mark number one. And because he's aging, I pass the reins. I give it to this boy who offensively has every move in the book. You talk about post, shimmy, left, right, got that. You talk about jab step into a spin, got that. You talk about hook shot, got that. Triple threat, mid-range, got that. 3-ball, got that. Defense, left hand, right hand blocks, got that. Intensity, got that. Heart, got that. Young boy, got that. I'm talking about Joel Embiid. I believe that's the best center in the fucking league right now. And this year is his best year already to me. Last year he was killing, but this year he's on some shit. Isolation game. Cold. Team player. We're willing to pass. I love players. That's why I chose Mark. I love players who are willing to pass. Doesn't have too many deficiencies, especially on the offensive end. Defensively, maybe. But offensively, 3-ball there. Mid-range probably best for any center right now. Defense, pick and roll, he struggles a little bit. That's his one deficiency, but I have him number 1. Number 2, Marc Gasol. Because he has all that in the bag of chips, too. He just is getting older. So, you know what I'm saying? Through evolution, niggas going to come at you. He 22, 23. You like 34. So, I got Mark 2 still. 3, I got Anthony Davis. Would be higher if he operated in a post like Mark or Embiid, but he doesn't. He doesn't do that for me. But he's still dominant on the perimeter, and his will is always in every game. Defensive, tenacious, off ball especially. 4, I got personal, you know, it's all biased, but I got the Joker. Just because his perimeter play is great, his post play is very great as well, and his passing is beyond everybody on this list in my opinion. His vision is great. So 4, I got the Joker, and 5 would be between Anthony Towns, because potentially he can be one of the best if he gets more strength and will and dominance. He's not that fearful player, but skillfully he's very good. And Blake Griffin. Blake Griffin has already been there, proven, and will dominate most of these players in their matchups, probably aside from Embiid and Mark. But his 3-ball is there now. His outside game and inside game is there. So those are my top 5. My omissions, Antetokounmpo. Don't think he's that skilled, even though he's productive, but he's just not my type. Kristaps, he's hurt, and I got to see him. Cousins, he's hurt. Who I omit? Drummond, not really a fan of Drummond. Can't lie. Think he's kind of slow. But, yeah, those would be my omissions. That'll be my top 9 or 10, though. Comment who you think I missed or what you think about my list. Who's the best center to you? Do you like the evolution of the game? Do you like your centers to be posting in all the time, or do you like them out there in the perimeter? It's your boy Dame. Brook Lopez might make the top 10. I always fuck with Brook Lopez. But just give me your comments, your thoughts. Holla at your boy, Dame.